Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and all other gentle people. We are back with Books and Wine, the podcast. And today we have a very special guest to Books and Wine. And I'll let him introduce himself. Yeah? Go.
Hello, book lovers and wine lovers. More specifically, the wine lovers.
Discriminating.
No, they just have a special place in my heart.
Okay.
Of course, the book lovers are one of them.
Yeah.
So my name is Sam Dishu.
Okay.
I'm a sommelier.
Yeah. Sam the Som.
Or as my mother calls it, Somalia. Which means I'm very passionate about wine.
Okay.
I consume quite a bit of it, but only for professional purposes and quality assurance.
Yay.
But most of the time, it's all about spreading the gospel of wine.
That sounds like the most interesting job in the world.
It is.
So how does somebody become a sommelier?
Read a lot of books.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yes, indeed. So to become a sommelier, you read a bit of books, a lot of books. And I always say, if I'd known there was this much reading involved in it, I would not have done it.
But the wine helps, right?
The wine helps, of course.
Keep you company and makes the reading.
It's a nice pick-me-up when you get one of those brain freezes from reading too much.
Yeah.
But it's lots of reading, lots of research, of course, lots of tasting.
Yeah.
And most importantly, lots of fun.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I think I want to be that when I grow up.
You're very welcome.
So today I just said you're very special to Books and Wine because I remember back in 2019 when I was still toying with the idea of doing this, putting together a group of people who are interested in enjoying wine, learning about wine, talking about books, discovering more books. I reached out to you and you were so gracious and you brought a lot of Portuguese wine.
Yes.
And we had a raucous over time.
It was a lovely evening.
Yeah, so thank you for setting us off in the path to success.
Yeah, I've been very happy and privileged to watch how this thing has evolved and become such a fantastic child.
I know, big brand. Now we have a podcast.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So I just wanted to take advantage of your time here today.
Yes.
Being the busy person you are, drinking wine from across the world. And just give some questions to you that we get, or rather I get a lot from guys who comes to Books and Wine, or just, I think, misconceptions about wine, or just people in their journey of learning about wine.
Yes.
So one is, I always get a headache when I drink wine. There are people who are sword, like I'm not drinking wine because I always get a headache.
Well, there's a few things that will cause you to get a headache.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the hardest and go to the easiest.
Okay.
And the hardest is usually body type.
Oh.
So everybody has a different tolerance to alcohol.
Okay.
So, and of course, your body reacts differently to different types of alcohol.
Yeah.
You will not get the same high from vodka as you get from wine or from brandy or from beer.
Yeah.
So each of them affects your body in a different way.
Yeah.
So there are some that will affect you more in a much negative way.
Okay.
And others will just will leave you feeling just nicely and easy about that.
Yeah.
So the second thing is drinking habits. And this is when I say it's the easiest is because we are always told enjoy responsibly.
Yeah.
But if you overdo it, tomorrow I can assure you'll have a very bad headache.
Yeah.
If you don't hydrate as you're drinking,
a
headache is definitely going to come your way.
Yeah.
So it's know your body type and know your tolerances towards different alcohols.
Yeah.
And of course, enjoy responsibly, hydrate.
That part for responsibility, after the third glass, the decision making starts leaving you.
No, but it's just limit yourself. But if you're going to overdo it, pace yourself.
Yeah, and hydrate. Drink a lot of water.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's their fault they're getting headaches. Poleni. Yeah. The other thing that I get a lot is, how do I know that a wine is a good wine?
Well, here is where it's a bit of a science and a bit of art. So 50-50. So the science bit is the complex stuff that you always hear snobs discussing about the place, about who made it, about the year, about the soil types.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, they'll give you an indication. So an easy way is to know where the wine comes from.
Okay.
So an easy way to think about it is think about houses. Think about even houses in Nairobi.
Okay.
A house in Lavington will not cost the same as a house in Kileleshwa or in Westlands and Parklands and so on.
So that should sort of give you, like, if I say, okay, this house, 2-bedroom in Parklands and 2-bedroom in
Runda.
Yeah, you already have an expectation of
exactly
what are the fixtures like. What
yes,
are they?
yes.
Okay.
So on the label of your bottle, it always tells you where the wine comes from.
Yeah.
And some of these regions are more premium and are known for better quality than others.
Yeah.
So where the wine comes from is what we call.
Can you give us a cheat sheet?
Yes.
Like which are the few places
like, for
where
example,
you're almost guaranteed?
When you let me start with the easiest, South Africa.
Okay.
Stellenbosch from South Africa will be good.
I see.
Franschhoek. If you like your white wines, go for the cooler parts of South Africa. So if it says
so like much lower.
So like in the Cape Valley, so like Constantia, or a bit more inland, a place like Bredekloof or Elgin, those are cooler places. So your white wines will be fantastic.
Okay.
If you like your very heavily bodied wines, go to the warmer places like Swartland, Wellington. So something like that. If you're in France, depending on what you like, you might like a very structured, heavy-bodied wines. Then Bordeaux will work for you.
Yeah.
And then remember, in Bordeaux, there's also smaller places in there
regions
that will give you a bit of a variation to what you like.
Yeah.
If you like some rosés in southern France, in Provence, they do some fantastic rosés.
Yeah.
If you like,
I hope people have a pen and a paper like me, because this cheat sheet, you need it, because if you're not gonna be a somm reading books on wine, you might as well be taking notes from Books and Wine, the podcast.
Or you can subscribe to us and have all of this in regular episodes. Probably I can make it more wine and books and not books. And
yes, thank you.
So it's
that's a proposal we might just take you up on.
Yeah, so it's just about understanding where they come from. Some places are known for better things, doing better quality of the same wine
of a certain thing.
So like if you like Malbecs, the best Malbec is coming from Argentina.
Oh, I was about to guess that.
If you like Sauvignon Blancs, New Zealand would be perfect. If you're looking for full-bodied.
And say like a Chardonnay, what's the best place?
Now, if you like your full-bodied Chardonnays, and very oaked, go to California in the US.
Oh, that's a surprise.
If you like them a bit more reserved and classic, if I can use the term.
Yeah, like crispier.
Yes, go to somewhere cooler, like Chablis in France.
Ooh.
So it depends again with the style you want. If you like your Shirazes, Australia is fantastic for Shiraz.
Yes.
Also,
and a bit of South Africa as well.
Also South Africa, especially the warmer parts. And of course, France does a lot of that. If you like your dessert wine, you can drink some port from Portugal.
Hey,
or some sweet sherry from Spain.
Let's take a commercial break at that point and talk a little bit more on the port.
Yes.
I remember, I think one of the first instances that we met. Yeah. We met and you struck a conversation and we started talking about port.
Yes.
And I think from then on, I've never looked back. I've never looked at port the same way.
No, port is a very classy and it's been around since forever.
Since Jesus' time, I think.
No, not quite.
Okay. I'm stretching it.
That's a bit far. But the weird thing with port is it actually, if you want to really put a date on it, is when guys started discovering the world. So during the time when they were going around exploring in ships.
Okay.
So
can you tell us a little bit like what makes port?
Yes.
Or what is a port?
So port is fortified wine.
Okay.
And when I say fortified wine, I mean
vitamins.
Wine, not with vitamins.
Okay.
It just has a higher alcohol level than normal wine.
Okay.
So your normal wine.
I think that's a good thing for the average Kenyan I know, who is always checking, what is the ABV? What is the percentage alcohol?
Before I go further, let me talk about the ABV.
Yeah.
It's something that I see, and a misconception that I see a lot in when we are shopping for wine.
Yeah.
when you go and buy a bottle of wine based on the ABV, it's like walking into one of these, like DT Dobby.
Yeah.
They sell all types of cars from Nissans to Mercedeses.
Yeah.
And you buy the car with the biggest rims. You're missing out on the leather seats, on the Brembo brakes, on the V8 engine.
Okay, so, I see what you're saying.
So actually, even
say like for a book, if you went to a bookstore, like right now we're at a bookstore, a very beautiful bookstore in Nairobi called Somanami Books.
Yeah.
It's as if you came to Somanami Books and said, give me the biggest book.
The one with the most pages.
Yeah. So what like exactly that. Are you after? Yeah.
It's, you sort of, because even when you're testing the wine, unless you serve the wine at the wrong temperature, the alcohol is the last thing that you'll ever notice. You'll test everything else, and then the alcohol, probably you'll start noticing the alcohol after the fourth glass. Yeah. But in the first
that should not be you're leading.
Now you are heading towards some other territory. But I've always port is fortified wine, so they make the normal wine. Yeah. And then, of course, they add a bit of brandy to it. Okay. So they raise the alcohol volume. Normal wine doesn't go past 15%. Yeah. So they add a bit of brandy to it. Mm-hmm. So it goes to between 17 and 20%. So it will never go past 20%. Okay. And the unique thing about port is only comes from one country. Portugal.
Yes. Or the people that have the right to call their fortified wine port.
Yes, so is the Portuguese only. And even in Portugal, it only comes from a specific part of Portugal called Douro. So which is a nice.
I was about to say in the port town of Port.
Actually, they make it up in the mountains, in the valleys of the Douro Mountains. Okay. And then they put it in boats and send it down to Porto, which is
like the port.
It's actually at the city.
It's a port city.
It's a city near at the port there. So that's where it got its port name from.
I see.
But it's a fantastic wine to have.
Every wine has a story, right?
That is the whole
port
point.
Is so sweet.
But you can also get some dry port. Have you ever had some white port?
I'm not sure I've come across a dry port.
Look out for a white port.
Okay. I will do that.
It will be some new experience.
Okay. Yes. I still have a lot of wine exploring to do.
Yeah.
Homework. Take away. Look for dry. Look for white port.
Yes.
Great. So I love how we've gone round and round. We have come from Portugal. Mm-hmm. Now you know how to get how to get a good bottle of wine. Yeah. You have your cheat sheet. I had a lot of South African regions, a lot of French regions, a bit of Argentina, a bit of the
Australian, US. And also some New Zealand in there.
Yeah. Yep. So I tend to like Chilean Cab Sauv. Is it good?
It is good.
Okay.
In terms of actually, Chile is one of the good producers of Cab Sauv. Okay. Especially if you get it from some what you call the Mole Valley. Okay. Fantastic place to get Cabernets. Yeah. But since you love Chilean wines, why don't you try a unique grape that is the biggest exporter of Chile? Okay. Which is Cabernet. It's slightly different from Cabernet, but not too different. So Cabernet. It's the same. Okay. It's the same way you recommend books to me. You say you like that one, you will enjoy this one. So look out for a Cabernet.
Sorry, Cab Sauv, you have a new sister, Cabernet. Okay, so
it's slightly spicy.
Oh, awesome! I love it. Yeah. Great. Then, because I think my default is a red.
It's still a red.
My default is a full-bodied
exactly.
red. That's my comfort. Yeah. Although I still like a really good South African Chenin Blanc.
The Chenins are the life.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, especially the nose. It gives you such a crispy.
Very floral. Lots of fruits. You could drink Chenin all day.
You instantly feel like you're on vacation.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you're also a big reader.
Yes.
And since we're at Books and Wine, are there any books that you always swear by? Like some books that you read maybe recently or 10 years ago or 50 years ago. Okay, not 50. We know you're not 50 years old.
Yeah, there's some...
what are those books that have stuck with you over time?
I think the biggest one to have an impact in my life is one called the Bhagavad Gita.
That's a religious text.
It's a religious, but it's one of the best poetry books that I've ever read.
Okay.
It's a Pelican classic. The translation was quite good.
Yeah. So did you read this cover to cover?
Yes.
Or you just,
it's like a small book. It's
dibbled and doubled.
It's not that big, but it's very illuminating.
Yeah.
And what I think made it stand out more is because when I was reading it is just after I'd read Dante's Inferno.
Oh,
so I think we are seeing where I'm going with my love of poetry and verse and all that.
Yeah, and I think religious, if you study more than one religion, you start to feel like we are all going around the same circle. It feels and calling
we are
different things.
We all
the same thing, different things.
On different paths towards the same destination.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
We are on different paths towards the same destination. Exactly, precisely.
Yeah.
And I think because every human being wants to be happy.
Yes.
You want to eternally be peaceful, whether your eternal is proximate right now or it's
in the future.
It's in if it's in the other world, whether by reincarnation or by heaven or by wherever.
On that note, I hope to be reincarnated as a cat.
Why the cat? Cats don't drink wine.
My cats are living the life. So I'd love that
rent
life.
Rent
free. Sleep on the house. Sleep on all the couches.
Yeah. I live far everywhere. I know. I love a cat too. Yep. We have a cat in the house which I think it's you're right.
Boss.
But then it's a boss of the house. Sometimes I'll be sleeping and it's sleeping on my feet and I try to push it and it won't budge.
It won't budge.
Like, this is my bed.
Yeah.
You know? This is my house. I'm just letting you live in it. Okay, great. So that's one book, Bhagavad Gita. I
think also I loved The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli.
Okay.
Appealed to a weird sense of whatever
power and
I think when you're in Nairobi you need to read that book to survive
Shamba la mawe.
Yes.
Nairobi is a concrete jungle.
And then Karl Walkpe's Biafra Testament.
I don't think I've read that.
It's about the Biafran War in Nigeria, the civil war in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Let me take a note of that. I would definitely.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those that pulls you apart, puts you together, pulls you apart about 5 times.
Is it a fictional book or non-fiction?
Non-fiction. Based on it's slightly fictional, but it's based on true events.
Yeah, I know the Biafran War because I think I read for the first time. I had no clue about it until I read Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Half of a Yellow Sun, and I couldn't believe that this momentous thing had happened in Africa. And I was this many years, and I had never heard anything about it. Of course, I'd never been taught about anything of African history. Is not taught in African schools.
I think they.
And so it came as a surprise.
Yeah, it's a fantastic book, and I would recommend for anyone to read it.
Yeah.
I'm still looking. The copy that I had. I lent it to a friend, and those friends with
please
books.
Don't ever do that.
So now I'm looking for another copy. So
do not lend your friends books.
If you find it, I'll buy it off you. So
the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
When somebody likes a book you have, you're like, I know where I got this book. Here is their number. They also do delivery.
Yeah.
And make sure you give them some Arabic books number.
Yeah.
So those are 2 books. Do you want to add one more?
Yep. There's this. It's actually 2 books, but they are more or less the same story, but from different perspectives.
Yeah.
So White Mischief, the one and only. But by the time I was coming to White Mischief, I'd read The Life and Times of Lord Errol.
Oh my gosh. Messy white people.
So I enjoyed that history. It's one of those histories that you read, you enjoy the story, but you still feel like I wish I was there.
Yeah.
I would have also gone to the forest
Like,
and
yeah,
joined the freedom fighters and all that.
Exactly.
But it's one of those, when you look at it objectively, it's illuminating because it's the history that we never get taught in school.
Exactly. It's so mainstream.
It's alternative history and all that.
Yeah. And see the power of books, and I'm seeing like a trend that you're a history person, you like to dig into the past.
I like old books. You should see my Shakespeare collection.
Oh gosh, you have a Shakespeare collection.
I'm trying to collect all of them.
You're the real deal.
And
So-
I also like a bit of Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Ovid's Metamorphoses was fantastic. But out of all the Shakespeare plays, I think the one that I liked the most was Othello.
Okay. I don't think I've read more than 2 Shakespeare in my life, so I'm unqualified to comment.
Those ones, all I say is look past the difficult English.
Yeah, and look for the story.
And then once you read the first few pages, the English becomes normal.
And you situate yourself in these guys and the thoughts.
You will find yourself looking for all of his works.
Yeah.
It's that addictive.
I do have a copy of Romeo and Juliet. I also remember my teacher must have taught us another Shakespeare book, which I'm forgetting. But
as we did Merchant of Venice.
I
think
awesome.
that shows how old I am.
You're advertising your big age. People are here calculating, when was that a set book?
Yeah.
Anyway, those are really, really nice books. Before we let you go, I want us to do a fun thing.
Okay.
Just name a wine varietal, and then you let me know what book comes to mind. Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc. Wow. Pride and Prejudice.
Okay, yeah.
If not Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights.
Okay, and I see we are gonna be stuck on a classics route here.
I'm a classics guy.
Which other wine do I want? Okay, a Chenin Blanc. And I think because I know you feel quite emotional about that.
A Chenin.
Yeah.
A Chenin for me is always when I'm relaxing, so I want a lighter book.
Yeah.
And I think here I would go for which is the last book that I read that was very light? The Alchemist.
Oh yeah, actually yes. Yeah, that's a perfect match, and it kind of Chenin makes you travel.
Yes.
And so of course The Alchemist. Yeah, we've all read The Alchemist, and you're like on this journey called life.
Yes.
The next one, Malo.
Malo is mellow.
Okay.
But then again, a Malo is one of those you want to read when you want to drink when you are reading something slightly heavier.
Yeah. Deep-seated, dark.
I'll quote one of the weirdest books that I've ever read.
Okay.
I hope it's not that weird.
Go.
Black Swan.
Black Swan.
Nassim Taleb.
Oh. Okay.
It's philosophical.
Yeah.
A bit of I don't know. Read the Black Swan.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking also of something political.
Yeah.
So
with some big heavy themes that will leave you pondering.
A nice Malo would go with that.
Because a Malo stays in your mouth way after you finished sipping.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. One last one. I'm thinking I read a Bordeaux.
A Bordeaux blend.
Yes.
Do you know the book I'm currently reading?
No, please tell me.
Underground by Don DeLillo. It's as huge as a Bible.
Wow.
And it has all these different stories that are weaving in and out, different perspectives, different people.
Okay.
And that is why I think a Bordeaux blend, because a Bordeaux blend has five grapes.
Yeah.
So has your Cabernet, has your Merlot, has your Cabernet Franc in there, your Petit Verdot.
Yeah.
So all those they create a sort of harmony, and I feel that is the kind of book that I want to, with the different stories in and out.
Yeah.
I remember there's another one I've read that has the different kind of, but I forget at the moment.
No, I think
but Underground, I'd stick with Underground.
I'm gonna look for that book. How many pages is it? I have an aversion for
almost 1,000.
Oh Lord. I take back my words. I am not going to look for the book outside of curiosity.
But it's a fantastic book.
Okay.
From the
trust
reviews
you.
that I've read and how far I've gone into it.
Are you like in page 500?
Not yet. I started reading it before I went on holiday.
Yeah.
So now I'm somewhere at around page 100.
Yeah.
And I haven't started it yet because I only came back 2 days ago.
Yeah. But do you know how many books I could read within those 1,000 pages?
Once in a while,
I'm doing the math of ABV right there.
This is commitment.
Yeah, it's true. And
Commitment.
I think, when you have a good book, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sam the Somm, for joining us.
You're
Always
welcome.
a pleasure to talk wine, to talk books. And before we let you go, how can people find you?
Instagram.
Okay.
Samuel Ndishu.
Okay. Is it Samuel with a W or you with a U?
No W's.
Okay.
I always get somewhere like the Bible.
Okay.
I don't know where the W's came from.
The alternative Bible.
It's one of those
King
things
James
that,
Version Bible.
that make me like cringe when I see Samuel with a W.
Yeah.
So Samuel Ndishu with a new on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Yeah. I see you a lot on LinkedIn and of course IG, and I always love the articles you share, especially on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn, I'm trying to be professional and
that's what I'm saying. Like,
putting up professional wine stories.
Yeah, like you're very clued in on what's happening in wine.
Someone told me my Instagram looks like the diary or the memoirs of a drunkard. But no, I'm
just tell them you're on the job.
I put in some good wines,
your job involves
good wine
drinking.
options.
Yeah, so that's very nice. Samuel Ndishu. So that is SAMUEL.
Yes.
No W. And Ndishu is NDICHU.
Yes.
Not the others.
Not the others.
Okay, great. So that's it from me, Wendy, and Samuel Ndishu, Sam the Somm, who have baptized today as Sam the Somm.
Yes.
And that is it for us for Books and Wine. Join us next time. Stay tuned for more Books and Wine banter. You can follow us on Instagram at Books and Wine KE or Twitter at Books and Wine _KE. If you've stayed this long with us, please make sure you like, you rate, you share this episode with your friends, because sharing is caring.